good way for us to get into the Christmas break here. So we'll practice in the morning for about an hour and a half. We'll lift weights, we'll lift really strong to make sure that we've got to get ready for the Big Ten season. We'll let the guys go for a few days, but really pleased with the effort that we had tonight. They knew very well Alabama A&M was 0-11 coming in. I think they're better than they played tonight, but I think our defense continues to grow as we put a little bit more pressure on the ball, create turnovers. I think the kids understand the byproduct is a fast break, and they love the fast break. Hated the turnovers in the first half, hated it, because we really, there's some things we've been working on that we did not do. At the same time, we made enough shots, and we executed just enough, and the second half was a very similar thing. Very rarely do you have up 27 at half, and then you basically duplicate the second half. So really pleased with how we played.
Coach Charles had another 30-point game today.
I think it was his first.
Yeah, I meant another good game. Sorry.
Right,
What can you say about his performance recently?
Well, he's gaining more and more confidence. Even after he started out with some questionable foul shooting, and ended up 5 for 8. That's sort of an improvement right now. But he's starting to understand how this all works and choosing his spots more carefully. So I thought he took 15 good shots. You know, and take 15 good shots. That's a lot of shots, number one. But he took 15 good shots, and as he continues to work, he can do a lot of things. I love the way he saw the open man several times. He's still learning that, though.
Often in the second half, Isaiah seemed like one of the go-to guys. What role do you see him fitting into as he grows?
He's growing every day, but it's small steps. It's really small steps. I wouldn't expect him to be a go-to guy yet, but one day he's going to be a fabulous Michigan player. But every day he's learning more about how he can use this great God-given body correctly, because he still does some turns and some things that he's got some habits that are not conducive to using this body, and now we got to get that out of him. But I just love his energy, and he wants to be coached, and that's really important.
Chris? He said it was only a matter of time before Duncan had one of those 5 or 6 games. Good
How many did he make? 4?
5 to 7.
5 to 7, yeah. So I think it was 3 for 4 the other day. So he's going to come back to the norm. You know he is. I thought he had better arc on the ball today, and he really took shots with his feet set a little bit. So, but I really like, you know, our defense today, people were trying to attack him again. He didn't get in foul trouble. He made people score over him. And he's got to continue to work on it. I mean, he's doing lane shuffles every day. He's just got to continue to just work at staying in front of people when we do switch and we put him on a smaller guard.
And then obviously you didn't need Eli's points tonight. Would you like to see him be a little more aggressive
Yeah.
offensively?
He just was trying to set other people up. Did he end up with 5 assists? He had 4 at halftime. But he had 4 assists and no turnovers. So if he can just continue to do that, I mean, it's good. And like I said, the kids like playing with him. He's not going to be a stat sheet stuffer right now, but he is learning to play better defense, and he does understand what we're doing. And he's sort of like a form of what Duncan. There's certainly some things Duncan's working at, but Duncan allows us to flow. He allows us to flow, and so Eli allows us to flow. And so I love what he's giving us right now. It's just enough, and I think it'll be better as the year goes on.
Over here on the left. Coach, you talked about habits a few minutes ago, and a game like this, bad habits can develop. And the players talk about the challenge of maintaining that discipline, playing the team game in a game like this. How hard is that for a team to?
Well, I think we saw it the other day where I think we were up so much against Detroit in the second half, we played them even, right? It was an even score. So, but it's so natural, and it's going to happen all the time, and you can't. You know, they're not bad kids, or they're not forming bad habits. It's a way of life. You know, you get up and you know you're going to win the game. It's hard, but I didn't think we did that today. I thought we did some of the right things, but we got some guys that will go left every time and they're right-handed. We got some guys that continue to reach in when they shouldn't reach in. We'll be working tomorrow's practice for an hour and a half, hour 15 minutes. We'll be full go, right? We'll send them home after that, but we got to work on these bad habits that you're talking about.
Andrew?
Back to Isaiah, he had
another high-low pass. I think he had one Saturday
Yeah.
too. Like, do you like his feel for the game? Is
Yeah.
it more like technique
I
and
do.
footwork that it's?
What I don't want to give the scouting report on him, but he does really feel the game in some areas, and there's some other areas that he's just got to continue to work at what the defense is giving him. Because he'll go back to bad habits, but it's just a matter of footwork. It really is. It's his balance and how he pivots and which way he turns, and he's so much. DJ Wilson had a lot of similar bad habits, right? Playing through physical contact and things like that. Once he did that, the whole world opened up for him. And I don't want to compare players, but DJ had a similar habit that was just holding him back. And once he got through it, it was a big difference.
Right in front of Jeff.
Duncan and Muhammad both shot well from the outside tonight. Is part of that a
How about
product?
the one play where Mohammed just made two,
Yeah,
and then it was open again? Duncan said, "No, I want it," and I gave it back.
Yeah.
That makes your heart warm when you see that type of two seniors doing that. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
is part of that a product of how Charles was getting to the hoop and just kind of dominating?
I know. I think that those two guys are just really good. Have become Muhammad has become a really good shooter. Duncan has always been, but Duncan just needs to see the ball go in a few times, and he did at Detroit, and now he is again. So he's a great weapon for us.
Pardon my ignorance because I'm not one of the beat writers, but when do you expect Mo back after the break?
I don't want to put a timeline on it, but I don't think I'm not concerned about it. But he's gonna go through a full treatment. He had a huge weightlifting session today from 7 to 9. I think he was up there with John Sanderson lifting weights, going through, just really blowing his body out. He's gonna get on. He's gonna go back to Germany for just 3 days, but he's gonna go back. But he understands why he has to rest, but at the same time, he has to get his cardio up. We're hopeful, as soon as the pain is gone, we'll know. And the pain is diminishing every day.
Nick?
John, over the last, I would say like 4 or 5 games, since the second half, maybe that UCLA game, Charles, have you seen him sort of start to, incline a little bit here on how he feels in the offense?
Yeah, I think he's starting to understand how it all fits together, and then he'll go do a couple times, like when he went in, he's got one, I'm gonna drive down the lane, I'm gonna jump in the air and throw it in the stands. He's got like one of those every game, but you still look at his assist turnover ratio, when he slows down, he sees it. I can't tell you how receptive he is to coaching. And it's just yes sir, no sir, eyes right on you, and he is, whether it's Luke coaches him a lot, I coach him, he's just getting better, and he recognizes his mistakes. But the three-point shot, I think, was what we were all waiting. I saw it last year, but when the lights are on, what was it going to be like? And I think he's at probably what is a norm that he can be at most of the time. So as far as percentage, and then he's got that jump shot in traffic. He just jumps over everybody. It's virtually very hard to stop.
If he's got one where he throws out of bounds now, did he have like 2 or 3 a month ago, you feel like? Or
Last
has
year,
that gone down?
let's just go back last year. It was, we kept track of every assist turnover last year in every practice. And I would yell out turnover Matthews every time he did it,
Right.
and there was many more than assists. Now I think he's got a 2-to-1 ratio, which is really high for a small forward. It's a good number because he just isn't in that many assist situations. But no, and I just got to zipper up when he makes one of those plays, and pretty soon he'll stop jumping in the air. But X did it today too. You can't jump in the air and then decide who's open. You keep your feet on the ground, pivot, or make passes with your feet on the ground.